Nature can be brutal, a place where predators dominate and the weak get eaten. But what if the prey was the problem? Some animals don't just survive. They repel, poison, or outsmart anything that dares to take a bite. With toxic skin, foul-tasting flesh, mind-bending camouflage, or even exploding body parts, these creatures flip the food chain on its head. They're not just hard to eat, they're downright dangerous. So if you think predators always win, think again. Join us as we count down the strangest animals that no predator wants on the menu. Number 14. Komodo Dragon versus Moray Eel.
The Komodo Dragon is a modern-day dinosaur at the peak of its powers.
Look at its majestic stride. The world's largest lizard, the Komodo Dragon, exudes confidence as it prepares for a hunt that seems destined for success. But what happens when this confidence shatters and the hunter becomes the hunted? Growing up to 3 meters long and weighing an average of 75 kilograms, these giant lizards caught the attention of Western scientists in 1910 when they were first documented in Indonesia, particularly on Komodo and nearby islands in the Lesser Sunda chain.
One such living legend is the Komodo Dragon, a creature that has fascinated scientists and nature enthusiasts alike for decades.
Fossil records suggest that around 4 million years ago, they originated in Australia before migrating to Indonesia. Komodo dragons are carnivores. They eat both live and dead prey, as long as their teeth can pierce the flesh. They possess venom and sharp teeth, and have an excellent sense of smell. Remarkably, they can reproduce asexually through parthenogenesis, and can live up to 50 years. They are also cannibalistic. Adult Komodo dragons often feed on their own children. Research shows that less than 10% of Komodo dragon babies survive till maturity. But today would be a bad day for this ancient giant. Despite surviving the Ice Age, he picked the wrong opponent, the moray eel. The sea creature moray eels are known for their serpentine body, sharp teeth, and a unique pharyngeal jaw system for feeding.
Eels are incredibly powerful predators. It leaves its lair there so it can change where it's biting the shark.
Unlike electric eels, moray eels belong to the order Anguilliformes and lack the electric organs used to generate shock. They are cooperative hunters and possess a natural defense, a toxic mucus coating that deters predators, causing illness or even death if ingested. It was this toxic mucus that forced the Komodo dragon to retreat in shame. The Komodo dragon crept silently toward the shoreline in search of prey, but found a meal already served, a stranded moray eel. A moray eel had washed ashore. Still, the dragon's instincts warned him to stay cautious. He slithered closer, sniffing and nudging the eel to test if it was alive. There was no movement. He took a bite, but immediately recoiled. Something tasted off, but hunger clouded his caution. He bit again, and on the third attempt, he swallowed the eel whole. But before he could relish his feast, something unexpected happened. He began to vomit violently until the whole undigested eel was expelled. It was no meal, just a mistake. In defeat, the Komodo dragon slinks away, pride wounded, day ruined, and belly still empty.
This lack of competition has enabled the Komodo dragon to become a dominant force in its environment.
Number 13. Mother zebra versus lioness. Faced with one of the wild's most feared predators, this mother zebra reveals the true force of maternal instinct. Lionesses are apex predators and excellent hunters, but even for the queen of the jungle, hunting is no easy task. A lioness's solo hunting success rate is between 15 to 25%, as they usually target wildebeasts, zebras, and/or buffalo. They rely on stealth, sharp claws, and smart cooperative group tactics to take down prey. Zebras, on the other hand, may be herbivores, but they come equipped with surprising survival traits.
They spend their whole lives surrounded by large predators like lions, cheetahs, and hyenas, so they have a really light response.
With sharp eyesight, keen hearing, and the ability to sleep while standing, zebras are built for survival in harsh terrains. Of the three types, plains, mountain, and Gravy's zebra, the Gravy's is the largest, weighing up to 450 kilograms, about the size of a grand piano. Plains zebras have at least 6 distinct vocalizations, snorts for contentment, and 2-syllable calls to warn of danger. Even their ears act as signals. But when a lioness is near, these seemingly gentle creatures often become nothing more than prey. But what if that isn't always the case? What happens when a zebra decides to fight back? In this rare footage, we see a lioness stalking a mixed herd of wildebeests and zebras. As soon as they notice her, the herd scatters in panic. The lioness wasn't going for a big catch. Her eyes were locked on the weakest link, a baby zebra. The baby zebra tried to flee, but it was too late. Trapped in the lioness's jaws, it could only struggle helplessly. But before the lioness could enjoy her victory, something unexpected happened. The mother zebra charged back in a fearless fury, determined to save her foal. Before the lioness could react, she was met with a powerful kick, right to the face. A zebra's kick can generate up to 3,000 pounds of force.
Corner a zebra and it will bite and kick and, in general, try to end you, because those are the kind of skills it needs to survive in the wild.
That blow stunned the lioness, who stood dazed as her prey escaped with its mother. Stunned and helpless, the lioness had just experienced the fierce power of a mother's love. All she could do now was retreat. In the wild, instincts often write the script, but sometimes courage rewrites it. This was more than a battle for survival. It was a mother's war cry. Let this be a reminder. Underestimate a mother at your own peril. Number 12. Buffalo versus a group of lions. Who said miracles are only for humans? Watch the unbelievable escape of this buffalo, a true miracle in the heart of the savannah. It didn't fight, it didn't struggle, it simply stayed down and somehow escaped the jaws of death. The lions were set for success as they charged toward a massive herd of buffalo. A charging buffalo herd is nothing to take lightly, even for lions. But in the chaos, a baby buffalo got separated and was quickly surrounded. To the baby buffalo, it was the end. No one was coming to save it. To the lions, it was an easy catch. They circled the helpless calf, preparing to feast, when suddenly something unexpected happened. A lioness from another pride intruded, hoping to claim a share. But her presence didn't sit well with one of the lionesses from the hunting pride. Angered by the intruder's audacity, she furiously charged at her. A male lion in the hunting pride tried to diffuse the tension, but tempers had already flared. The clash escalated, drawing in more members of the pride and turning the hunt into a brawl.
They're both in the Charleston Flockville boundary next to one another in the Rockcliffe Donga.
Amid the chaos, the injured buffalo seized its chance to escape. Despite its injuries, it made a desperate leap and raced back toward its herd. A miraculous survival, a story that, if it could speak, it would surely pass on to its young. In a world where only the strong survive, this buffalo proved that sometimes luck and timing are mightier than strength. When predators fight among themselves, even prey may walk away with a second chance at life.
The buffalo senses fear, and Safu does the unthinkable.
Because in the wild, miracles don't ask permission, they just happen. Number 11. Wildebeasts versus lions. Still watching? Don't forget to like and subscribe for more jaw-dropping moments from the wild. If you've done that, let's dive right into our next showdown. Wildebeest versus a group of lionesses. Lionesses are cunning, cooperative hunters, often working together, with one luring the prey straight into the ambush of the others. This clever tactic boosts their hunting success, but sometimes their prey flips the script with unexpected moves, just like this wildebeest did. The wildebeest are an abundant and readily available food source for the lions. Especially during the annual wildebeest migration, When millions of animals are concentrated in lion territories, providing easy access to plentiful prey.
Play host to one of the greatest animal migrations on Earth. Some 2 million animals begin a round trip that will take them almost 2,000 miles.
But today's target? Let's just say, this meat had wings. Watch as the wildebeest runs for its life, with a lioness closing in from behind and 2 more waiting in ambush ahead. They thought the hunt was over. They were wrong. Driven by survival, the wildebeest didn't hesitate.
Abandoned Queen of the North, Satao. Satao still craves revenge.
Instead of turning back, it pushed its body to the limit, leaping clean over the 2 lionesses ahead. That leap wasn't luck, it was instinct. Wildebeests often jump 10 feet across rivers. Who knew it had come in handy mid-hunt? But the chase wasn't over yet. Over. The lionesses, stunned but determined, continued the pursuit, ready to feast on the prey that dared leap over their ambush. The chase intensified as 2 more lionesses joined the pursuit. The ambush had failed, so now it was all or nothing.
My goodness, look at that guy. Is it water? Oh my goodness.
Spotting yet another ambush ahead, the wildebeest didn't leap this time. It veered sharply into a shallow pool, vanishing to safety on the other side. Once again, the lionesses were outmaneuvered. But next time, even if their prey grows wings, they'll be ready. This wildebeest proved that even when the odds are stacked, a clever mind and quick feet can turn the hunted into the hero. Because in the African plains, survival favors the unexpected. Number 10. Buffalo versus lion. A hungry lion attacked a buffalo calf, only to learn the hard way that buffaloes aren't just walking meals. Especially when it's their calf in danger, they fight back fiercely. Buffaloes are massive, horned beasts, strong, social, and always watching out for one another in their protective herds.
There's safety in numbers, but keeping such an enormous group together is hard work.
Nearby, a pride of lions and a herd of buffaloes grazed peacefully, both keeping to themselves. For now, but one hungry lion broke from the pride, targeting a calf that had strayed from the herd, unaware that an adult buffalo was watching. In a flash, the adult buffalo charged, lowering its horns, launching the lion into the air. The herd noticed the danger and stampeded toward the lions. Most scattered, except the one that had attacked. There would be no mercy.
It's just waiting for him to fail, but drought is no time to revolt.
Again and again, the buffalo rammed the lion with brutal force, sending it tumbling across the ground. Even then, it wasn't done. It closed in and struck again, despite the lion's surrender. The lion lay on the ground, tired, hungry, and utterly humiliated. A lesson burned into its pride, learned the hardest way possible. This wasn't just an attack, it was a statement. Mess with one, and you face the fury of the whole. For that lion, hunger led to pain. But for the buffalo herd, unity led to victory. Number 9. Guanako versus Puma. In the wild, survival is a constant battle, whether it's by taking down prey or escaping the clutches of a hungry predator. The Guanako, a wild cousin of the llama native to South America, can sprint up to 60 kilometers per hour. But when pitted against a puma, an apex predator capable of hitting 80 kilometers per hour, it often seems like a hopeless match.
If she flips a pebble, the game will be up. Stalking is difficult.
But this Guanako refused to accept that fate. It wasn't going down without a fight. Luckily, he had both the willpower and a rare stroke of fortune. His predator wasn't in peak condition. Unlike lionesses, pumas are solitary hunters. And when this puma spotted the Guanako, she knew she couldn't let it escape. She had cubs to feed. Failure was not an option. With a sudden leap, the puma pounced, sinking her claws into the Guanako's side. A fierce struggle followed, but the Guanako not only broke free, it struck back, landing a powerful blow that stunned the puma. The puma lay defeated, bruised, hungry, and shamed in front of her waiting cubs. Her cubs couldn't watch the person who hurt their mother go in silence. But if their mother couldn't bring down the Guanako, what chance did they have? The Guanako vanished into the wild, leaving behind a wound that would scar the Puma's flesh and her pride. This goes to show the unpredictability in the wild. One moment, you're prey. Next, you're a survivor. And for this Guanako, speed, strength, and sheer will turned what should have been a tragedy into a triumph. Number 8. Crocodile versus elephants. What happens when a crocodile's greed earns it more than just pain? Elephants are peaceful by nature, but when their calves are threatened, everything changes. They turn fierce and protective. One day, a crocodile spotted a baby elephant and saw an easy meal. With absolutely stealthiness and lightning speed, it lunged and clamped its jaws around the baby elephant's trunk. The baby elephant screamed in pain, thrashing to escape the crocodile's grip. But it was futile. It cried out, and luckily, it wasn't alone. An adult elephant came charging in, possibly the matriarch or a protective male. A single powerful stomp was enough to make the crocodile release its grip in agony. Wounded and humiliated, the crocodile slithered back into the water. But that wasn't the only time. In another encounter, a different crocodile tried the same stunt. Only this time, the baby elephant didn't need help. It didn't take long for the crocodile to realize it had messed with the wrong prey. The baby elephant fought back, striking with its trunk and legs until it broke free. What began as a hunt ended in shame and possibly injuries for the crocodile. That day, the crocodile likely learned a valuable lesson. Choose your prey more wisely next time. Survival is an inbuilt instinct to most animals in the wild, and sometimes even the smallest know how to strike back. And when that happens, the hunter limps away, humbled by the hunted. Number 7. Honey badger versus male leopard. What you're seeing is rare footage of a fierce battle between a honey badger and an injured male leopard. But in the wild, an injury isn't an excuse. It's a weakness. One you must overcome with resilience and wit. Honey badgers, also called ratels, are famous for their toughness, fearlessness, and surprisingly varied diet. They're so aggressive and bold, they'll take on animals much larger than themselves. As a defense mechanism, they can release a foul, skunk-like musk to scare off predators. They're also incredibly smart and resourceful.
Honey badgers have remarkably big brains.
The intelligence is just beyond anything.
And while they're known for surviving venomous snake bites, even from king cobras, this time the threat wasn't a snake. It was something just as deadly, a male leopard. Despite several chances to retreat, the honey badger stood its ground and fought back. The leopard, thinking size would guarantee an easy win, tried to end it with a single bite. But the honey badger refused to surrender. Every time the honey badger fell, it scrambled to rise, only to be slammed back down by the leopard's heavy paws. Still, it wouldn't quit. It was relentless assault against unwavering resistance. But bit by bit, the honey badger began to fade, until at last, it gave in. With a final bite, the leopard grabbed its prize and walked off, exhausted. The victory had cost him more than he'd expected. For any creature watching, it was a harsh reminder. The wild is cruel. 1 second of weakness, and you're finished. Out here, strength isn't just power, it's survival. In the wild, it's not the biggest that wins, not even the fastest. It's the one who endures, adapts, and refuses to fall. But even the strongest fighters have limits. And when they break, the wild doesn't pause. It devours. Number 6. Impala versus crocodile. Impalas are medium-sized antelopes native to Africa, known for their distinctive leaping ability and reddish-brown coats. They live in herds on savannas and woodlands. Unfortunately for this lone impala, It fell into the powerful grip of a crocodile's jaws. Its struggles were futile against the crushing strength of the crocodile's jaws, but it didn't give up, not when its life depended on it. Finally, after minutes of desperate struggling, it broke free from the crocodile's grip and leapt onto land, racing toward its freedom. But just as it reached safety, a lurking leopard sprang from the shadows and launched an attack. When an injured impala is pitted against a leopard, its only hope lies in the predator's mercy. This impala's fate is a harsh reminder of the cruelty that governs the animal kingdom. Predators show no mercy to their prey, nor do they fight fair. In the wild, surviving one predator often means running straight into another. Freedom is never guaranteed, and even a miracle escape can lead straight into a greater danger. Number 5. Eagle versus rabbit. An eagle's strike is blindingly fast, but this rabbit saw it coming. A rabbit sprinted across the landscape, desperate to escape its predator, the eagle. The eagle swooped down, talons outstretched, combining raw speed with deadly precision. The plan was simple: use its razor-sharp talons to pierce the rabbit's head, neck, or shoulders in one swift blow. But its speed couldn't surpass the rabbit's quick reflexes. In the footage, the eagle's talons, just inches away, were moments from piercing the rabbit when it leapt aside, dodging the deadly strike. Stunned by the miss, the eagle crashed into the ground. It had been flying too low to recover, but it quickly recovered and resumed the chase, driven by instinct and perhaps a bruised ego. Unfortunately for the eagle, the rabbit's will to live outpaced its vengeance. It goes to show that the wild, survival favors not just strength or speed, but awareness, timing, and the will to live. Number 4. Turtle versus an alligator. Here is a battle that proves not all fights are won through brute strength, wild aggression, or clever tricks, but by patience and endurance. In this battle, the crocodile's most fearsome weapon, its crushing bite, proved useless. A crocodile's jaw can produce enough force to snap human bones in one bite, its primary tool for hunting. It devours prey mercilessly, never expecting that one day its prized weapon would fail. Not against lions or fierce predators, but against a humble turtle. This unforgettable moment, filmed on Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, has gathered over 43 million views on YouTube. In the clip, an alligator grips a turtle tightly between its jaws, resting on the grassy riverbank.
This very large alligator has captured a large turtle and is trying to position it so it can eat it.
With such a powerful bite, it should have been a quick win. But against nature's armor, it wasn't so simple. The turtle's tough shell made all the difference. The alligator tried repeatedly to crush and swallow its prey, but failed every time. Its shell, shaped by millions of years of evolution, offered just enough protection for the turtle to slip free. Defeated, the alligator gave up, watching as the turtle calmly walked away. The turtle may not have known, but it sent a powerful message. You can win just by standing your ground. Number 3. Porcupine versus leopard. Some animals have nature-given defense mechanisms that make them nearly impossible to hunt, like the thorn-filled porcupine.
Porcupines cannot shoot their quills. I don't know who perpetuated that myth. They are not projectiles that shoot out of them.
Leopards are fearsome predators known for their stealth and strength. But when faced with prey that has both offense and defense, how do they handle it? Porcupines are rodents protected by a coat of sharp quills. These quills are modified hairs made of keratin, covering most of the porcupine's body. These hollow, sharp spines have microscopic barbs at the tip, making them difficult to remove once embedded in flesh. In this case, the leopard's prey was a clever porcupine that used its natural armor well. It was going to be a difficult hunt, one the leopard didn't anticipate. The leopard pounced, aiming for the less protected area, the face, but each strike was met with a painful sting to its paw. The porcupine offered no clear weakness for the leopard to exploit. The leopard stopped attacking and began to circle the porcupine, its paws already bleeding from the quill wounds. He realized this wasn't a battle strength could win, but perhaps strategy could. Yet the porcupine was already 2 steps ahead. You could see the desperation in the leopard's eyes. It no longer looked like the hunter, but the hunted. After several attempts, side attacks, frontal charges, it still found no opening.
A massive risk attacking a porcupine. To stab it with more than 111 in spite.
The porcupine kept adjusting its quills to face every threat. This wasn't the only case. There was another encounter. The leopard tried a similar hunt, approaching carefully, scanning for weakness. But the porcupine again defended itself, positioning perfectly to block every move. In the end, both leopards came to the same conclusion. They left, defeated, and injured. The battle between leopard and porcupine proves one thing. Not all victories are loud. Some are quiet, spiky, and walk away unharmed. Number 2. Gazelle versus Cheetah. For the cheetah, it was another good day to sprint across the fields, overpower its prey, and quench its hunger.
She's very hungry, terribly, even the cubs. I can't believe how much they have grown. I mean, look at these little cubs now.
As the fastest land animal, the cheetah had plenty of advantages, especially in speed, which made hunting easier. Today's target was a gazelle, but boy, was that a bad idea. The gazelle was peacefully grazing, unaware it was being watched. But as soon as it saw the cheetah charge, it took to its heels. But of course, it couldn't outrun the cheetah. The cheetah caught up, pounced, and grabbed it, but the gazelle kept running, refusing to give in. It tried everything to shake off the predator, even as the cheetah bit and clawed desperately. But when more cheetahs joined the chase, it made a bold choice, not to run anymore. The gazelle shook off the cheetah and, without giving it a chance to stand, struck with its horns. After several angry thrusts of its horns into the fallen cheetah, the other cheetahs stood back. They realized this was no ordinary prey. It was ready to fight back. Seizing the opportunity it created, the gazelle made its escape. One of the cheetahs stood, watching its prey make its escape, unable to stop it. It was most likely injured by the gazelle's horns. This shows that every meal in the wild counts. It could be a success, or it could be a disaster. For the cheetah, this unpredictable hunt ended in disaster. Cats versus snakes. Did you know that cats, driven by their predatory instincts, typically attack snakes using their agility, speed, and sharp claws, often aiming for the head? They use their flexibility and lightning-fast reflexes to dodge strikes and deliver precise swipes or bites. They aren't predators blinded by overconfidence. Instead, they often circle their prey, assess the situation, and then pounce or dart in to strike. Cats often use intimidation, hissing, puffing up their fur, or rapid paw taps to confuse and exhaust the snake before launching an attack. While cats are skilled snake fighters, they aren't immune to venom. A single bite from a venomous snake can be fatal without prompt veterinary care. But this particular cat, either overconfident or careless, fell victim to a snake bite. In this encounter, the cat came across a snake. Driven by instinct, it sprang into action. Certain it was facing another easy victory, the cat struck with its paw, trying to pin the snake down. It seemed to have the upper hand, but assuming the snake had given up was a grave mistake. The snake waited for the perfect moment. Then, just as the cat lunged again, it counterattacked with lightning speed, faster than the cat could react. The bite was so fast it was almost invisible, and it landed squarely on the cat's face. At first, the cat seemed fine, but within a minute, the symptoms began to appear. The cat staggered. Its paws went numb. Foam began to drip from its mouth. The venom had kicked in. A moment of overconfidence sealed its fate. The feline retreated, wounded and humbled. In the wild, instincts can be a weapon or a weakness. For this cat, its confidence became its downfall, a brutal reminder that in nature, there are no guaranteed wins. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon to stay updated on our videos.